Sometimes I look around and struggle to grasp how life is real. How am I breathing? How is time flowing? How do the seasons change? How do the things in our planet perfectly align with each other in a way that allows us to exist seamlessly? How is my brain even capable of thinking thoughts? How does it seem like every human has it all figured out but me? When I step outside and I feel the cold air filling my lungs as I look up at the sky, I think that's the moment I feel most alive. Time seems to flow faster and faster with each passing year, but in that moment, it feels like everything just stops. The buzzing of my brain settles, my anxiety stims calm themselves, and I'm able to just let myself exist exactly as I am. No expectations, no responsibilities, no judgment. I am me, and I am free to just be. But as soon as I manage to reach that place, the calm melts away just as quickly as it came. I'm exhausted, I'm uninspired, and I'm desperately searching for the next thing that'll make me feel alive. Why is it that I can't just be all the time? Why do I always need to find a reason to exist, despite existing every moment of every day? I scroll mindlessly on my phone for some form of validation or entertainment that will distract me from the cycle of thoughts that fill my head in every quiet moment. But in the midst of irrational billionaire CEOs that put impractical algorithms in place to silence artists, AI art spinning out of control, and the constant pressure to monetize every hobby just to make ends meet, my phone is perhaps the one space that makes me feel completely dead to my core. So what can I do when everything, all the time, feels so hopeless? I set down my phone and take in a breath of fresh, cool air once again. This is what it feels like to be alive, but I always have been. So why is it only now that it feels truly real? I think we as beings with conscious thoughts are in a never-ending battle of finding our own reasons, air quote, for existence. As a human, I feel like I'm always being tugged in many different directions with the concept of purpose. It feels like I was brought here for something, whether it be to accomplish, to experience, or to express. For me, this notion is what can only be described as passion in my brain. I feel this restlessness building up inside my body like a ticking time bomb. If I don't push what I want out into the world, it feels like part of me will die or something terrible will happen. That might sound kind of dramatic, but that's what art is to me. It breathes life into my everyday and fills me with the deepest passion to live above anything else. I love to sing, listen to music, and even record these silly little YouTube videos as I am right now, but nothing has filled me with so great a passion for life as art has. An artist who I truly respect and admire is Kim Namjoon from BTS. He released an incredibly influential music album titled Indigo recently, and when discussing the concept behind that album, he mentioned how he doesn't want to create unless he feels like he'll die without making it. I'm paraphrasing a bit as I can't find the exact quote, but I just remember feeling that to my very core when I first heard him say it. I feel like that is such a profound example of living passionately and even creating passionately. When you feel the desire to do something so explosively that it starts to boil over, I think that's a beautiful thing.
has like a stand for his chin?
Yep.
Wait, that's so cute. The sleeve's just that hard.
Yes, my boy! So cute. So cute. This passion is what brought me here, once again, to finish this illustration once and for all. You saw this in my last vlog that I just uploaded a few weeks ago, but I just wanted to emphasize just how important this illustration is to me. All in all, I'm not extremely pleased with the result, but I think we as artists need to recognize when it's time to stop and let a piece just be. Now, you might be wondering, I can't seem to find my own passion for life, so how do I find it? Before we jump into that extremely valid question, I think it's important for us to really think about what passion actually is. When you look up the definition of it on Google, it describes it as a strong and barely controllable emotion, or perhaps even an intense desire or enthusiasm for something. Passion can be both defined as a positive and negative emotion. You could be passionately studying the anatomy of the human body because it's something that fuels you in some way. Or you could be venting passionately about something that fills you with rage. In either instance, we as human beings are feeling. We're allowing the emotions brought on by something that strikes us on a deep level to dictate our next steps, or to even alter our physical and mental states as a whole. When something moves us in such profound ways, that is when we're finding passion without even realizing it at times. I discovered that the word biophilia, derived from two Greek combining forms, bios meaning life and philia meaning love of, is a new Latin word meaning a love for life and the living organisms that surround us. I feel like this word is such a great example of living passionately, but it also doesn't fully capture the scope of passion in all of its forms. I believe it can be only one piece to add to the puzzle because, as I mentioned earlier, passion cannot be weighed solely by how much we love or desire something. Now, to circle back to your original question of how do I become passionate about life, let's reflect on the many avenues we can take. I know some of the people watching this are fellow artists like me, but I also know a lot of you might not be. Even if you can't find one specific thing that makes you feel passionate, I think finding beauty in the everyday or finding something that fills you with energy in some way or another can help lead you to live passionately. Whether it be taking the time to treat yourself to a bubble bath and yummy chocolates each weekend, taking a stroll around the park and being within nature, or giving yourself the chance to try out different instruments to see which one you want to pursue learning, saving time for yourself and saying, I love myself, so I want to do this for me, can actually be one step in the right direction. Perhaps the simpler things aren't enough to drive you, so it could also be helpful to find a social cause that you truly believe in that you can devote your energy to. Maybe even finding your passion in helping others, be it rescuing and fostering animals, working with charity organizations, or developing a helpful skill set that you can teach to others. All of this sounds very wonderful, but the key here is that living passionately doesn't have to be some grandiose endeavor. It doesn't need to be monetizable, and it doesn't need to even look glamorous from the outside. Romanticizing the little things in your life and finding beauty in the calm, letting the love from friends and family and pets sink into you, and taking time out of your day to do something for yourself can help you find passion in your everyday. Last month, after nearly 3 or so years of not catching COVID, my family and I finally got hit with it. I ended up recovering after about 2 weeks or so of absolute torture, but it certainly put me and my family's mortality into perspective for me. And then, my childhood dog passed away on December 11th. If you've been wondering why I've been so absent lately, all of that is exactly why, unfortunately. As I felt a rising anxiety over the well-being of those around me and myself, I ended up losing my dog Zachy after almost 16 years together. It felt like a massive blow to my livelihood, and suddenly life just felt dull and ugly. Life lost a lot of color, and I sank into that pool of gray for a few days. But it reminded me of something I hadn't realized when my other childhood pup passed away in 2021. I decided that I wanted to use their passing as motivation to keep on living. I wanted to live so passionately that once I'm able to see them again, I could tell them about all the amazing things I managed to accomplish with them in my heart. I want to meet myself where I'm at, with all my flaws, mistakes, and lack of being exactly where I want to be, and feel grateful for each breath that I take. That doesn't mean I can't feel sad or angry though, but allowing for even the negative emotions to pour out of me with so much passion that it drives me to not keep it all bottled up all the time. I owe it to those I love, and I owe it to myself to be as honest and true to who I am as I possibly can be. I think that once we let all those constricted feelings and doubts go, when we finally allow ourselves to live as we're supposed to, that is when we can live truly passionate lives. We'll never be perfect all the time, and there will be days we just want to lay in bed and forget about the world. But let those days wash over you like a tidal wave and emerge on the other side, dampened with the passion to carry on. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch through this YouTube video. I know it's been a while since I last did a voiceover type video, but I'm really happy to get all of this off of my chest, honestly. It's been weighing on me since I first got COVID, and I really enjoy analyzing these kinds of things really deeply. Maybe this video resonated with you in some way, or perhaps it didn't, but I hope you enjoyed it nonetheless. Let me know in the comment section below what you're most passionate about, or the steps you'd like to take to try to live more passionately. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel for more content like this, and hit the notification bell so you'll be the first to know when I post more videos. Especially videos like this, because I definitely want to do more voiceover type videos like this. Until next time, my friend.